Hey there Seekers, I hope you're doing really well this week. Before we head to your weekly tarot reading, I'm just calling in to say that I have been working on the abundance updates for Feb. They are almost all done and you can jump into the playlist up here to watch yours. You can also find me guys on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. I'm getting a lot better at posting on my social media and I'm trying to put mini readings throughout the week up there for you as well to keep you going. I'm also available for personal readings should you want to know how a life area is going to play out for you. All the links that you need are below the video to arrange that. Guys, I also have some other exciting things in the pipeline, but in true Aquarian fashion, we are in Aquarian season at the moment, all will be revealed. So for now, let's head to your weekly tarot reading. Hi there Virgo, welcome to your weekly tarot reading where we see what may be on the cards for you for the week. So Virgo, I've got my Work Your Light Oracle here to start off with, my favourite Oracle deck. You will know if you've been watching me for a little while. Be then going to the Unchartered Tarot, there goes your cards, for a lead tarot energy, and then I'll be using the Rider-Waite and the Star Child Tarot for your tarot story. Now, it's interesting that that card should leap out, Virgo, because do you know what it is called? And I'm just getting the other one on the ground because I'm going to use that as well, because it is called Leap. And it's pretty much the fall of this deck, right? And it just literally leapt out of the deck. So it's really trying to get your attention, and it's really trying to say maybe you need to, act quickly on something. Maybe you need to throw yourself at something. Maybe it's in love, maybe it's in career, maybe it's in a new opportunity. It says here, Virgo, you go first. The universe will catch you. And that really means that, sometimes we need to prove that we are ready by taking a big, bold step. And then it's interesting how the universe meets us in that energy. It meets us with the next step, helping us along the way, guiding us towards the next move. So it's about trusting in the journey, stepping onto the path, even though we don't really know, Virgo, okay, what's at the end waiting for us, how it's all going to turn out, whether we've got enough money to see it through, whether we're in the right place, right age, all these kind of things. We're letting all that ego mind stuff go. And we are trusting in the intuition and trusting in the journey and trusting that it will work out perfectly as it's meant to. Now, the second card I've got here is perfect because it's in a temple and it's about tuning into the portal of your heart. It's perfect because the heart is one of our key intuitive centers where we really feel into whether something is right for us or not. And this Leap card is asking you to trust in that intuition and move forward based on that. It's also an indicator that, if you are trying to move towards a calling, then, sometimes we really need to kind of drop out of the intellectual mind and into the heart. Sorry, I had another train of thought there. It is gone. But, it's really about being guided by your body rather than the mind. Trust that inner temple and trust that sometimes Source actually communicates with us through that medium as well. I'm not sure what the other thing I was going to say about that is, but it might come up during the reading. So Virgo, let's jump in and get your lead tarot energy. That one, okay. We have got, what's it going to be, Virgo? Oh, the 10 of Swords. Now, this is interesting because obviously this is completion energy as a 10. It is a 10 of Swords. So this can be ending a cycle that is a little bit painful to bring to completion, or sometimes a 10 of Swords completion is upon you, not by your own choosing, and it can be a betrayal. It can be obviously closing down a relationship, and it's very hard for you to do that because you're going to have to hurt somebody. Maybe you yourself are hurting. The same can be said in career, feeling like we've got the knives in our back. We have not, been delivered what we've been promised, that kind of thing. Either way, what I'm excited about with this card is that with every ending obviously comes the new beginning, the new dawn, the new day. And the 10 of Swords in particular is about as soon as you close that door, then the light comes in to eclipse it and another door opens. I love seeing completion energy in a reading, Virgo, when you've got like the leap energy, that strong new beginning, just following it straight up. So let's go to the tarot and see how that plays out. So Virgo, the first card out is, well, do you know what that is? I've actually got 3 in my hands. I'm going to use them because we've got the World, Grand Cyclic Completion. I've got the 8 of Wands and I have got the 9 of Cups. That is amazing. I'm going to use that as a clarifier for that one because I think we have enough cards in that position. It's very clear to me. Current or focus energy, I have the 5 of Cups. Makes sense as well. Let's get your outcome. 5 of Pentacles, okay. And then at the end of the reading, the Page of Wands, which is the good news that you have possibly been waiting for. Let's grab the clarifiers. I've got 2 here. 3 of Wands, yes, beautiful energy. Got the 8 of Wands again. Now I'm interested in this 5 of Pentacles, why that is here. Can we clarify that, please? 10 of Swords again. Interesting, guys. Okay, I need one more for that, please, because we're getting a lot of repetitions here. They're in my hands. They're wrestling me. There's resistance here. Ace of Cups and the Emperor, Aries, number 4 in the Major Arcana. Okay, we have resistance to the ending is what I'm feeling here. 6 of Swords, strong transitional energy. So we've got resistance to a hard ending emotionally. I think you're going to feel a little bit out on your own here, a little bit out on a limb. But the promises are so great here between that leap energy and the Ace of Cups that's coming in as well. So now let's jump in here. I'm going to pop those ones down and I'm going to start with these. Okay, the World and the 6 of Swords. So there is definite transitional energy here. You are moving on from this painful ending. So for some of you, I feel like the ending may have already happened. Timing can be fluid in these readings. Now, what I see in the 6 of Swords is the 2 stacks here of 3 swords. We know that 3 of Swords is the heartbreak card. It's the grief card. Some of you may have experienced in the recent past 2 big hurts or 2 big endings, right? And now you are really going, okay, well, if I sit in that anymore, 5 of Cups, it is going to hold me back from my future and from stepping onto the new path. So I'm really going to have to make a conscious effort to move forward, to move through. And you can see here this person is literally going into the clouds, into the fog, into the unknown, is leaping into the unknown here. So there is a real sense of like releasing the baggage, the hurt, the shame, of what has been journeyed, whether it's been, having to leave a job that you did like, but it's just time, or there's been a betrayal or some other big life event. It's saying here that it's time to go without any baggage into the unknown now, into your next karmic chapter. The World here says that in knowing when it is time to move forward and move on, that is your victory, a huge victory to be claimed. The World is actually the last major arcana, Virgo, so it really is about the fact that you have actually journeyed through the last part of this life lesson, and it will be different for all of you what that lesson is, but you're now ready to start working on your next karmic marker in the timeline of your soul's evolution in this lifetime. So you've mastered something. There's a sense of mastery. Where it becomes not mastery is when we resist and we stay in the hurt, the charge. That's that 5 of Cups that's coming up, and then we hold ourselves back from moving into the next karmic cycle, and we limit ourselves because we're staying in those lower vibrational energies. Shame and guilt, that they are really the low, and fear, they are actually the lowest on the consciousness scale. So we want to be knowing when it's time to release, time to go. There is a great sense of vulnerability here. We can see that stepping into the unknown or letting go of something familiar, even if it has become, the hurtful energy is always hard. And I feel like you're letting go of something, Virgo, that at one time you did actually try and manifest, or you did manifest into your life, because the World is the last energy that completes the magician's journey, or the fool's journey here. So it says that it has actually run its course perfectly, and now it's time for change. Eight of Wands. This is about swift change. So it says as soon as you kind of make it, it could even just be about making that kind of declaration to yourself. It's time to release. It's time to move on. It's time for us to go. Everything changes. You know, it's like it's alchemy. It's a spell by speaking those words. So the Eight of Wands is divine intervention for some of you. It can be a message or communication that comes in and it's going to be so positive. I say that because the Page of Wands is over there, and the Page of Wands is often unexpected news, surprise news. Now, what is the surprise? Well, saying whatever it is, it has the potential to lead to an increase in your fulfillment, your contentment, your emotional connection here with the Nine of Cups. So, for example, if some of you have had to walk away or complete a job or something on the career front, this could be the news that leads you to the next job that is actually going to be a really good emotional fit for you, and you're going to be really happy in it. You could say the same about a relationship. So when I see the Eight of Wands, for me, you know, it really is that almost like doing a 180 energy. I often say that when I see this card. So I feel like what you're going to be choosing in the future could be something very different from what you've chosen in the past. Totally different kind of person, totally different kind of career. It's something that kind of felt at one stage left field, like an out of the blue kind of choice, but very soon is going to become the glove that fits you, and it's going to feel like I've actually arrived, you know, now I can see why everything has kind of worked out this way, because this is just, you know, life keeps trumping it for me. It gets better and better, but of course you have to go through the pain points in order to get there a lot of the time. Current or focus energy, Eight of Wands again, Three of Wands, Five of Cups. So I'm seeing the Five of Cups is what we need to transition from. There has been hurt or disappointment in the past, losses, and I think maybe for a period of time, obviously you went through a grieving process, and that is absolutely fine. We all need to do that when we go through hurt, but it becomes an issue when we choose to stay in that. And I say choose because it does become a choice. Sometimes time heals, but at some point we have to make the choice to move on and to let go. Because the person that stays focusing on what hasn't worked out for them stays in the black cloak. Negativity, depression, anxiety, limitation, constriction, any of those things. It's what you decide in this present moment, Virgo, that determines what 10 you get to next. Because this is a 5, it's an opportunity to choose something else to ensure that we get to the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and potentially not to a 10 of Swords. Of course, sometimes endings are, you know, out of our control and they happen to us. But there are also, you know, things that we can do to shape and guide our own future. So this is about building a bridge over the emotional waters, coming back to the sanctuary, the inner temple, the portal of the heart. And you can see that when we kind of make that declaration to ourselves, you know, we are now available for opportunities that may have been right there all the time, Virgo, but you couldn't quite see them because you were, you know, consumed in that, the energy of the past. Now we've got the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands again. What I noticed about this Eight of Wands is, like, you can see how it's directionally moving you again into the unknown, this time into space, you know, the edge of a ledge. So there is this real sense of, like, I kind of feel like I'm about to step off a ledge here, maybe step off the cliff of the unknown, but you are being so strongly guided there that you feel like you have to go there and see what is there anyway. Again, we have similar imagery in this card here with the Three of Wands. We're sitting on this rock here and we are, you know, about to take a leap. And with the Three of Wands, it's like we've made the decision to turn our back on the past. We're not engaging it with it anymore. Great, that's getting out of the Five of Cups. But now we are getting ready from this present moment to take some kind of bold leap beyond. And I feel like it's into a direction where you haven't been before. It's new, uncharted territory for you. And you're getting ready to take the inspired action to move into it, to move in this direction. In the Rider-Waite version of this card, we see little ships on the horizon. So it's kind of a reminder or a metaphor for the fact that with each one of these steps that you take, I feel like immediately you'll be able to sense that this is moving in a successful direction. Like each one is a big achievement, milestone, and you can kind of feel in your body or in that temple of the heart that, yeah, this is right. It's going to feel right, and it's going to be the reassurance for you to keep moving forward. There is a real sense of moving towards a new desire, a new manifestation, a new creation, because this is a 3. This is a 3. And, you know, if we go back to that 6 of Swords where we had the 2 heartbreaks or 2 sets of 3 swords, it's that reminder that out of that energy of hurt is actually like very, very fertile for creating, because we're often very, you know, reflective and powerful at those times when we're going through those big transitions, and there is also some healing happening at the same time. And of course, 8 of Wands is just that reminder of like, yeah, you're being guided, things are turning, things are changing, keep the forward momentum, changes upon you. So Virgo, I've got how many cards we had at the end here. Let's start with these ones because we've kind of covered them. 10 of Swords, yep, we know, painful ending. Some of you may have lost out financially in this moment because of this ending, but the cards are saying, you know, you will recover and you will transform from that. Others of you have kind of lost a bit of faith and have, you know, lost faith in the universe or in source is what I'm hearing here. And, you know, you are being asked to see that even in those dark times, you know, Spirit is actually watching over you, and I think it'll become more apparent to you soon. Others of you are a little bit out on your own, you know, out of a relationship that was kind of like your comfort zone or that kind of held you, and now you sort of feel quite exposed to the world. I'm having to do all these things for myself that I haven't done before. And it feels like, you know, once again, I'm in the uncharted territory. So we do have the 5 of Pentacles, and it's really asking you to make sure, again, that we don't stay in that energy of the loss and the lack. Otherwise, we can begin a manifestation cycle of that. So that's just, and you may naturally go through a bit of that, but we just want to make sure that we don't stay in it. Instead, what we want to do is be the Emperor. Now, this is the card of Aries in the Major Arcana, and it's about shaping your reality rather than allowing the reality of the circumstances to shape you. So it's about getting in control, getting back in the driver's seat of your life, and putting a plan in place for whatever it is you're trying to create on the other side of this, in this new cycle. The Emperor is about taking some, you know, really strategic moves forward in order to get to where you want to go with laser focus. The Ace of Cups says, well, you know, what you are moving towards is that wish fulfillment, is what is going to make you very happy. Of course, you're not going to get from sort of the Ace, which is number 1, to the 9 of Cups in the space of a week, but it's the foreshadowing of what is to come. You know, you're going to be a lot more fulfilled in the future, you know, having that full cup. And I really feel here with the Ace of Cups that you are transforming your life in some way for the better. Oh, there goes your 3 of Swords. Yeah, I was really feeling that energy in the reading. So the Page of Wands here, again, this is about, you know, rediscovering your passions, going in the direction of what lights you up, moving towards those manifestations. It's about, you know, really, you know, growth as well, growth. And what I'm really feeling in this is that there is going to be some kind of offer or some kind of good news on the other side that's going to help you like rediscover your energy and purpose again. I feel like with that 5 of Pentacles and 5 of Cups, there was a little bit of a no man's land kind of season of your life, and here you're coming back to getting that energy, that enthusiasm. It's represented as fire energy because it's like, I'm getting back my mojo, I'm getting back on the horse, I'm getting back into life, and I'm just feeling I'm feeling lit up again. So that's what I'm sensing. And of course, when your energy is like that, that's when you know, energies like the Ace of Cups is attracted to you. New beginnings and opportunities is attracted to you because it's vibing with your energy. So it could be love, it can be transformation personally, and it can be inspired new beginnings. So either way, the cards are saying it's time to leap into the new, Virgo. It is all upon you here. Don't stay in the charge of the past. You are actually closing out a really, really big karmic cycle here. Okay, Virgo, well, I'm going to leave it there. It was a longer one this week. I really enjoyed this reading. I hope you did too. Just keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective. Obviously, it may not resonate in its entirety, but sometimes it will for some of you. If you're called to share, drop me a comment, guys. I read them all, and I interact with as many of you over there as I can as well. Helps me get to know you guys and see what's happening on the collective. And we'll see you back here for another one next week. Bye for now.